Hello guys and welcome back to episode 3 part 2 of our tutorial. In this episode of our tutorial we'll still be covering up the breakdown part. So let's get started from the point we stopped. Alright, so last time we broke down the hair, the head and the neck and one of the wings. Alright, as for this part we need to keep breaking down the hair. I'm just going to disable these layers and I'm gonna continue from this point. So I'll take this string of hair and detach it. Copy, delete, paste. Alright, there is nothing much we can do about this. It looks about right. So if we're going to animate this one, this is gonna be the pivot point. We need to make sure that here we have some hair behind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, make one invisible, rename it, and this one I'm going to expand it behind, but I'm going to delete a big part of it, this part. Make it invisible, rename it, and keep moving on. Now we're going to take this one, gonna be just like this. Make this invisible, copy, delete, no, not this one, copy, delete, paste, put it back in place, and now we gotta complete it with information. Smudge tool, hard brush, 100% strength. Move. Lock the pixels, select the softer one, and turn the string down. Now that we have this, just clean it up a bit. Not that much. Definitely not that much. Hair string. Make it invisible. Go for the next one. This one near the breast. Copy, delete, paste. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Since this part is one of those hairstring that's gonna be really behind the body, we need to complete it way more than the others. So it's going to be like this, and it's going to be like this. Make selection, inverse it, make sure you delete everything, outside and inside, make this invisible and start making completion. Right now I'm using my mouse only, so I will probably go back and retouch with a tablet. Alright, now I'm gonna use the tablet. I just want to expand this part a little bit. Disable pixel transparency and just increase a bit. It's gonna be like this. Invisible. Keep moving on. Now to see where we are, we have to enable all the hair strings and see what else has to be animated regarding the hair. Okay, this part will be behind the body. Completion will be behind the body, actually behind everything. So we'll have to expand this. I think this should be, yeah, it's good. I'll just take this one like this. Cut it, put it back. I think this is the right spot, and I'm going to expand a bit the tips. Just like this. Going to expand a bit behind and this way. And this should be behind the head. Alright, now we need to check what has to be in front of the head. Oh, yep. I don't know what's the face doing here. Should be somewhere around here. And this under the face. Wait, something is definitely not good. This shouldn't be like this. We gotta check it out. Oh, that one wasn't enabled. God damn it. I was really confused about what was going on. Okay, so now everything should be fine. Except that I'll need this one as well on top of everything. But I'll take that from the original layer. So I gotta move this on top of everything, enable it, and take it like this. Copy, paste, no need to delete it, just move it in front of everything, above all these layers. The pivot point is gonna be around here, and it's gonna move like this. Alright, now that we're done with all these things, we can disable them. And I can move on the wing, and I can start recompleting it. For this I'm going to use my tablet. Just as before, we're going to use a standard brush. You can find this inside any Photoshop version. You could be saved of a lot of trouble if you already have the project files for a drawing. If the artists are willing to give them to you. But if not, you gotta do all this hard work to achieve something. Three. Okay, we need to see where the wings is going. For this part, I'm just going to select this. Copy paste. Move it here. Now merge them. And there we go, we have an animable wing behind the body. Full wing. Save. Polish a bit here. Okay, now I need to cut the other wing. Ouch. Have to cut everything. And done. Just fit it back in. Make an imaginary selection behind. Now disable this, this, and start reconstructing. For start, I would recommend to use smudge tool just as before. Maybe something soft with a 60% hardness. Or perhaps brush. Blah blah blah. Gonna skip this, enable the other wing. Take this texture, copy paste, disable, move it right over here, flip it, alright, create a clipping mask to put everything inside this and delete this area. Now you need to use warp to make it fit better. Alright, now that this is done, you have to delete a bit on this area. You can merge it, Control E, and what I want to do now is remove this purple stuff, the glow. So I'm just going to Control Alt R, feather it, Control U, go on magentas, take this color sample and lower the saturation. Not too much, not too less. Now you can take the erase tool and start erasing this small area so you have a bit of transparency. Now you can use clone stamp tool to try to polish it a bit. Alright, and now we have another wing that can be animated behind the original body. Let's check it out. Now we have to move the second wing behind everything. Alright, now we can disable the rest of the elements and keep going with the breakdown. What we have to do now is recomplete this zone. Okay, we're going to start with brush tool first. Disable the pressure. For the moment, we're just gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna take this area and fit it on the other side. Warp. I don't think this is the best idea, but I'm gonna try it. If it's not going to work, I'm just gonna rebuild it manually. Ah, definitely, it's not the way to go. So I'm just going to rebuild it manually. 5 maybe? Color sample. I don't really know how this looks behind, so I'm just going to assume. Again, this is not really important because you won't be able to see this area of the animation anyway. Whoops. We need to enable the lock for pixels. Let's see the safety border. Oh. This area is going to be covered by a part of this wing. So what we're gonna do later in After Effects, we're gonna create a mask. This side will be on top of it and the other side will be below it. Alright, I'm going to continue with this hand, and I think this is going to be the last part of the breakdown for episode 3 part 2. The rest is gonna be covered up by episode 3. So I'll have to take this and the shoulder. Copy, delete, paste. Wait, big boy. This one as well. Oh, god damn it. Kinda messed up. Okay, disable. Just for a moment. Now you have to use your imagination and make a selection like this. %. Alright, unite these two parts as much as you can. Now lock the pixels, select the soft brush, lower the strength and blend. Duplicate, merge, duplicate, merge. This is going to be behind the body, so this is going to be right hand, and this one is going to move a bit from here and a bit from this joint. Alright, as for the other hand, I think it should stay attached to the body, but regarding this part of the hair, I think it should be separated from the rest of the body. Because if you're going to animate the hand from this point, the hair will move as well, so we need to have this area clean and transparent. Simply copy, delete and paste. Here. Disable. And that's pretty much it for this episode. We'll see you next on episode 3, part 3, with the rest of breakdown. And after we're gonna do the rest of breakdown, we're going to export everything and start animating it in After Effects.